We're back again talking with Nile on nutrition because that is the theme of this week. How are you, Nile? Great to see you again, man.
Yeah, you too. I'm very well.
Of the questions I had for you, the first one was, there are plenty of nutrition tips out there and it's somewhat common sense on how to have a good diet. As a gymnast, however, where body weight is an important factor and that the heavier you are, the more weight you have to throw around. Have you got any key pointers that you feel are extra important when it comes to nutrition and this style of training?
Yeah, I think it's interesting you say about extra weight and throwing your body around, because I feel being lighter is an advantage for a gymnast, and being able to have enough energy, so eat enough food and recover enough, but then also not gain as much weight as what you'd like to if say you were lifting weights or things like that. So it's finding a good balance on what works for you. Personally, I think it's very important keeping your protein intake high. Every meal you're making sure you're getting a good source of protein in, because the amount of training you do, your body's sort of working over time, and the protein needs to keep going in to recover and repair the muscles. Just being consistent with your meals and your weight, so you're feeling, your weight's not spiking up and down every day. And they'd say the amount of training you do, you're not gonna get fat. You're not gonna, you're just doing so much and you're burning so much energy. But it's important that the fuel that you're putting in is going to benefit you in the long term. So, as I said before, the protein's important, but then also getting your vegetables and your nutrients and your vitamins and all that in. That's going to aid everything in the muscle repair and give you a better feel in the gym. Your workouts you're gonna feel you've got energy for longer. So I think they're the key points, and making sure that your weight's staying consistent, definitely. For you, out of interest, have you got any favourite meals? I mean, I know you're pretty keen on that smoothie there, huh? Yeah. I go through phases. I mean, at the minute I'm pretty obsessed with making smoothies, and I like having them for breakfast.
Well, I've all been.
Yes. Say like 5 weeks ago, I'd absolutely loved having eggs on toast for breakfast, and I ate that for a couple of months. So I go through a bit of stages. I think my favourite meal is probably having a steak. I'll try fit in my weekly steak and chips.
And out of interest, do you have fast food often, or not at all, or how are you with that kind of thing?
I do. Yes, I do eat normally, and I think that's important as well, to not take the diet to an extreme and go so long eating healthy, because that for me that it sets up for an episode of binging. If you deprive yourself for so long of chocolate or rubbish food, when you do eventually come to eat it, you just think, and just end up stuffing your face with it. So I do like to have treats like every week, and I think takeaways I don't have too many, but things like sweets and chocolate, I like to treat myself sort of once a week, you know what I mean? And if I'm having a nice meal, I'd rather have a really nice steak and some chips than go have a Big Mac. I do eat things like that, definitely.
Well, that's good to hear. I think I'm pretty similar in that regard. I'm not super strict. You'll see, we filmed the week of eating, and there were quite a few ice creams in there, so yeah. And yeah, my last question for you on nutrition was, do you take any supplements? If so, which ones and why is that for each of them?
I do take supplements. We have a nutritionist back here in Britain on our national squad, so we get advice and things from her about supplementation. And we all done tests on our vitamin D levels, and as a gymnast, they're very, very low. You spend a lot of your time indoors training, and you get your vitamin D from the sun. So pretty much the majority of us are on vitamin D supplements.
Check it out, man. Boom.
Yeah. So that's an important one for everything, really. I take omega-3 tablets, and at the minute I am on, let me just go find it. So I'm on these Cura NZ. So it's like a blackcurrant, so it's a premium functional superfood. Now this at the minute, I'm having trouble with my forearms, and basically this is going to help reduce inflammation.
Is that from the surgery, prior surgery, or is it something else?
Yeah, I mean, prior surgery on my wrist, because I've had so much time off, my my muscles and joints are taking a little while to adapt to the training. So this is where the smoothies come in as well. I'm doing anything I can just to reduce inflammation, and there's plenty of foods that are just natural anti-inflammatories without sort of taking ibuprofen or anything like that. So this supplement's helping me at the minute. And then main thing for the muscles, I just take a protein supplement and a creatine supplement. I think it's not essential. I mean, you can get enough protein from your food, but it's a good way to just, as soon as you finish your workout, just get that protein straight in there, and it tastes good. So it's definitely going to help along the way.
And just on your omega-3 comment, is that because you don't eat enough fish? Is that the only reason, or is there another reason?
We've done tests as well, and my omega-3 levels are low, so it's just to give me an extra boost. And I do eat a lot of fish, but it's hard to get the required amount just from that. So the supplement's just an extra little boost.
Cool, that's very interesting. It's cool to see as well. Creatine, protein, vitamin D. Well, I'm having fish oil, so I guess that's the same kind of thing as omega-3.
Yeah, exactly.
So all those things you mentioned you're having, we're actually having in this series as well. So it seems like we're all on the right track, which is good.
Definitely.
Yeah, might need to look up that blackcurrant thing you mentioned. I mean, I guess that's more specific to you though, right? And your inflammation sort of thing. So.
Yeah. It's exactly. It's what works for you, definitely.
Yeah. Well, ice cream works for me, mate. Yes. Alright, cool. Yeah, thanks very much. It's very interesting insights there, and we'll definitely be applying that to our training.
Awesome. No worries.